I think we're good. But
Think we're good?
I think we're good.
All right. Count me off.
Do what to you?
Count me off. And 3, 2, 1. We're live.
Hi, welcome to Walk Without the Talk. I'm your host, Jacob.
I'm your co-host, Justin. Our not sponsor today is the Blue trademark brand of microphones.
What?
The Blue trademark brand of microphones is our not sponsor today.
Oh, what we're recording with, eh? Fancy.
Oh, we are?
The Blue microphones? Are we talking about the same thing? What are you talking about, Justin?
I didn't know that we were using Blue.
It's look up and look at your microphone. It's blue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yours is white, but
But it says Blue.
yeah. Are you okay?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
What drugs have you taken?
The only drug that I have is heroin. I'm deadly addicted to it.
Then why aren't you dead yet?
Because Constitution's my highest modifier. Fuck you. It takes a lot to kill me. I'm kidding. I can die like any other man. What do we got going on in the background?
I'm on Facebook reading about protests and looking at old toys.
Yeah, I heard about that shit that went down in Minneapolis. Like, the National Guard got deployed and everything.
Yeah. My grandma called me last night. I was like, "Have you gotten the call?"
Are you deployed?
No. She goes, "Have you gotten the call?" I go, "What call?" They go, "They're deploying the National Guard to do what?" "The riots. Haven't you heard?" I go, "Yeah, but why are we going? What the fuck? What are we gonna do?"
Well, these states have to stick out for together, you know.
She goes, "Oh, thank God." And I'm like, I mean, yeah. And she goes, "But hey, if you went, you'd get to shoot off that what's that gas? What's that one gas? Tear gas? Am I gassing people now?"
Our family lineage is used to gassing people.
But I'm not. Oh, wait a minute. For a second, I thought you said getting gas. I'm like, I'm not.
No, I said gassing.
And we're back to the Nazis.
It's all full circle. Yeah. I love
Is that what you think Nanny sounds?
No, it's just my stereotypical. As an amateur, and I say amateur in quotes, and by amateur I really mean not professional at all, voice actor. One of the few voices I'm capable of doing pretty well is the old man, the old sage, the wise and full of knowledge.
This is where the people were. They are chanting, "No justice, no peace," and white supremacy, different things today.
Where is this?
I don't know. I can't see. For those of you curious about the setup, I'm currently on the couch, just laying down while talking into a mic that hovers above me and could fall at any second.
Yeah, it's not really that sturdy. Oh shit! There's a protest going on in here,
In Kentucky?
Paducah, by the park.
For some reason. I don't know.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. I'm going to move from my position. We're getting,
I'm pretty sure that's where that's at.
Hold on.
I'm not sure.
That's what that sign looks like.
Watching to find out what's
Is that?
gonna happen.
I can't tell. Isn't that? That's Maddie.
Hold on.
Isn't that over there by the park?
I want to say that's.
Hold on. This might not even be here. It just looked like it's by the park.
Well, it is within the WPSD area, but I don't know. That's not near the park. Check that. Okay, well, we have a restaurant, so
Down
use.
here.
No, yeah, that's
No,
down
yeah,
by
that's
the
not
park.
the park, because that's the office that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That is indeed on the way downtown.
Oh shit, that was 38
Yeah, because
minutes.
that's that housing pot.
That was 38 minutes ago. Well, guys, we
Hey.
have protesting in Paducah.
The protest is gonna go on the move now. We're gonna go take part in the protest.
Yeah, fuck this podcast. Let's go burn some shit down. Let's turn it from a protest into a riot.
Let's not do that, and let's not endorse those actions.
I don't know.
As a member of the National Guard, you should not be condoning civil unrest.
I don't give a shit anymore.
And as a future member of the National Guard, I don't want to influence unrest.
By the time you get here, it ain't gonna fucking matter.
No, that is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh crap! I have to go downtown later.
Wait.
That's where my job is. I have to go downtown.
I mean, the way that I go downtown from here, I won't have to. I won't be coming across that.
Yeah. Get back to your mic.
I-
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get back.
Checking it out.
Bitch.
I will,
Don't raise your
our
back.
backhands will clash.
Oh, that would hurt so bad.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather just get smacked.
But no, yeah, no, I won't be coming across. Now, granted, if that's somehow still going on after this podcast and after I get done with work, that is on the, that currently is taking place on the road that I use to go home from work downtown, so that's gonna be a pain in the buttocks.
I think I need to lay down and get therapy.
Oh, you're the one that needs therapy?
I just laughed at a girl getting milk poured all over her because she just got fucking maced or tear bombed or fucking tear bombed.
Tear bomb. That sounds like a fucking song from the 80s.
Tear bombed?
Tear bomb. That sounds like the type of song that would have a synthesizer going on in the background.
Some sort of dubstep.
Not dubstep. Because synth music,
Yo, Facebook be crazy. They're sitting here flipping a goddamn police car.
what?
They're flipping a police car.
Downtown?
No. Downtown's still just a protest.
Okay.
Here it's getting riot levels. God damn, they're flipping this.
All right, hold on. Altering from the couch.
Yo, this is just gonna be fucking. Oh.
They're here. What the?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I don't.
Why are they spilling milk on
They're throwing milk on the police car.
Save that for whenever you get pepper sprayed. Don't you know how to riot efficiently?
The skateboarder fell in the milk.
Of course he did. He's a skateboarder.
So, do we want to talk about the riots?
Do we though? Do we really want to open up that can of worms?
I mean, we've talked about what's going on.
Come on, then. Let's stick within our normal parameters. D&D and Nazis. That's the safe stuff to talk about.
Oh, we can talk about all those Jews that got killed, but we can't talk about people getting mad at the police. Oh no.
It's crazy to see rioters with COVID-19.
We've stopped caring. We're over it.
We really are.
We've been trapped inside so long that, goddamn, we're just let's start
So
a
does
riot.
that make you faggoty, Andy?
Listen here.
Oh man, no, dude, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of concerned because a lot of these things they're starting off as protest, they're starting off as protests, and then eventually they turn into riots. I'm curious if that's what's going to happen downtown.
No, our cops are in on it. No. There's a couple, police departments that are we're on your side. And I'm like, you guys are fucking geniuses.
Serious?
No. There was this video of this dude. He had the entire police department put down all their weapons and everything and join them.
That's amazing!
And everybody was like, all right.
It's one of those confused yeah.
And I feel like he's going to get in trouble for it later, but he probably saved a lot of lives.
No, yeah, definitely made a pretty good civil decision.
Unrelated.
You're saying that the Paducah Police Department has said that they
support the
Well,
protest.
no, but they were escorting the protesters. Like, they weren't like...
Well, that's their job, though. Even during the previous, like, the protest, like, a couple of years ago.
Okay, look. The looks of it looked a little less
right,
like
yeah,
they're
but,
trying to do anything to contain, and more of they were actually walking with them.
Yeah, but I do just want you to know that that's... No matter what the protest is, the police have to do that.
Oh, unrelated note, this post on Facebook says, I'll dump ice water on my dad if this gets 100 comments. Think I should share it?
Hell yeah. But no, yeah, like that's just a police thing. It doesn't matter what the protest is about. Police have to be present and like guide the protest so that there's no civil unrest.
I don't know. I just hope that we did this month.
No, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I also hope that the Paducah Police Department doesn't have any aggressive, like, opinions and or direction towards the protest, because that's usually whenever you do have the situations where violence erupts and forceful means of disbursement is employed by local law enforcement. But yeah, no. That's crazy to think that some of the police stations are like, they're taking out their Glocks, like chamber. I literally just imagine like they take out their Glocks, they like open the magazine. I can't talk right now. Eject the magazine, chamber the round, set it on the ground. We're with you. Ended up having like a cop civil war.
Holy shit.
What? What else did you find?
It's just a bunch of fucking videos of the riots all over.
Alright, folks, I'm going to be altering between mics. Here. Oh my gosh!
For a second, it looked like that sign was what shot the...
Yeah, they're fucking spraying
That's
people.
a drive-by! Are you serious? The cops are using drive-bys, which it's not bullets, but it's like spray-bys.
Well, I mean, like, at this point...
That's a hell of a tactic, I'll give them credit.
I mean, at this point, I'm not really siding with either, because I know there's some cops that are like, yay, I get to beat the shit out of people. But then 90% of these people are like, yay, I get to go outside and break shit.
No, yeah, you definitely... It's
like the majority of these people protest.
That looked like for a second he was about to shoot the guy with the camera. He was legit.
No shit, but so am I, Sebastian. So am I.
No, yeah, I definitely I lost train of thought reading that. I really just did lose train of thought reading that message. No, it is. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this guy like just laid everything down, and they're like, yeah.
And he's part of the sheriff's department.
Yeah.
Like that's not state department. They're happy. That caught me off guard. Whatever video that was that you just scrolled by, because that whatever this is ended with like something reaching at the camera. So.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave that on the background.
No, yeah, leave that there.
Leave
that. Oh my gosh. Now, granted, for this area, it would be my 6 kind of vibe check the National Guard. It's a little too soft armor. I can't breathe. Oh my god. Now, granted, I highly doubt that that's the case because National Guard, plate carriers. It's the army. It's not the police. Trust me, we know. 556 isn't going to go through what National Guard are probably wearing. Like a cop, yeah, because they're wearing the soft body armor. They're wearing like the Kevlar vest because they're cops.
You're trying to punch through a 5.56 with a 5.56.
See, no, here's the thing, though. If this does get out of hand and I end up getting deployed... Now, look, I don't give a shit either way. I know it's fucked up to say, but, like...
To be fair, that's just you as a person.
So, the second I get out there, people are going to be like, hey, dude, fuck you. And I'm like, I ain't gonna do anything to you.
But I do just, like... Because I know you as a person. You're not a very opinionated person. That's just who you are. Yet... Imagine you in, like, full battle rattle, like, you got your whole kit. It just makes me think about, like, the,
I'm talking about the mic.
Oh, yeah.
You can,
You never
if you want to set up, you can just move.
No, I like this. I was only ever getting up because you were, like, reacting to shit, and I wanted to see what you were... But, did you ever watch The Clone Wars?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Okay, well, one of the episodes hints towards the clones killing the Jedi.
Yeah.
And one of them... He malfunctions early in his programming in his head and makes him kill a Jedi. And he's repeating, good soldiers follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders. Just like imagining you just like... You see one of your skater friends like try to swing his skateboard at you. You just chamber around. Good soldiers follow orders. Good soldiers follow orders.
Okay, no, look, I can tell you right goddamn now. If one of my skater friends swing at me, all bets are off. I'm not gonna kill him, but goddamn it, I know him, so hands are gonna be thrown.
Because like, a lot of National Guard are employing rubber bullets, so like, just.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I fuck around with my airsoft. I know rubber bullets are gonna hit harder, but I just fucking point blank shit at a friend.
Rubber bullets can still easily kill if they hit the right area.
Yeah, I mean, fucking my CO2 1911. That fucking shit from, like, the fucking living room to the bathroom will leave a fucking whelp and break the skin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still shot Chris point blank with that thing. That was funny. Luckily, he was wearing, like, 2 layers. He was, like, a hoodie and a long-sleeve shirt.
But yeah, no, the civil unrest is insane to think about. And like you were saying earlier, my train of thought's starting to get back on track. Like you were saying earlier, you do have, like, people on both sides of this situation where internally they have no real opinion. They're just going to thrive off the opportunity to get away with violent acts. And that is the sad part, because it's the people like that on both sides of this situation that are going to cause the whole point of these protests in the first place. It's going to cause that point to be lost. Because the whole point of these...
it's already lost.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, because...
Nothing's going to change.
And because of, like, the violence that then comes after trying to get the point across is going to leave the point just muffled in, like, in the shadow of the violence. Like, the whole reason that it's taking place in the first place is going to be ignored, and the violent repercussions of it are going to be what's put center stage first. So it is just a very overall unhealthy situation. Like the flipping the cop car. Like, I'm going to be honest, I understand that you are upset. You have the right to be upset with, you know, the issues that your culture faces. But at the same time, I'm just concerned that you're only going to make things worse for you.
Oh, no, they are.
And it's...
See, what was funny, though, is I was told that the reason this all started, you know, that one... What's his name? Something...
I'm going to be honest, like, you're expecting my memory to be good.
No, I can't remember the name, but, yeah, no, his wife and family were like, don't protest, don't do all this, what are y'all doing? We don't need all this, we just wanted the cop to go down for it.
It wasn't... Okay, like, now that... From what I understand, it was a cop and his son. From my understanding, right? It was a cop and his son.
No, it was a cop and his partner, and the guy was trying to write a check that the store thought was a fraud or whatever. So, and then the video just starts off with him being detained, but he was on the ground with the cop on the back of his neck and, like, throat, like that, holding him down. And it slowly killed him.
I'm thinking of something completely different then. Because right before that, there was an incident like a couple of months ago where, like, I think it was an ex-cop and his son just flat out gunned a African-American down in the street. I'm not even joking. It wasn't covered. It kind of like just fell under the rug because it happened when the peak of the virus happened.
Yeah,
And like it just got revealed a couple of weeks ago. Like it just was.
You know, this one is about the dude. No, it is mine.
Okay. No, but I did get a notification.
But no, this dude got his throat crushed or whatever. The video is really fucked up though, because like the whole time he was.
I mean, I would imagine
because like the dude was handcuffed. There was no reason for him to be down there for that long because they already had him down.
Yeah.
They had him handcuffed, and he was literally just sitting there on his throat, and he was sitting there begging for help. And like he was like, "Please, I can't breathe." Blah 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 blah. And those people like, "What are you doing?" Like recording the cop. Like, "What are you doing? He can't breathe. You gonna let him up?" He wasn't waiting on anybody either. It wasn't until after he was passed out, like, because he passed out first. Then they called the EMTs or whatever, and they came and got him.
So remember how like a while ago I used
Actually, I'm gonna try to find a video.
Yeah. So remember how like a good while ago I used to actually be very passionate about wanting to go into the police force?
Yes.
I would be lying if I didn't say that all the incidents that unfolded over the past couple of years with that kind of discouraged me from it. Because while yes, it's totally it's ridiculous to believe every cop wants to employ violent prejudice. I can't help but imagine what I would do if, I did get into the force and, I discover... Because usually when you join a group or when you join an organization or anything, you see what it's like behind the scenes, what the things they talk about and the things they say and the things they do when no one else but members of their group are around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I got into that situation I'm like and I'm there and I see this just circle of prejudice, like every cop is like let's say I go to a department and pretty much like every single cop or all but like one or two cops like will show blatant prejudice and racism in private settings. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how I could react. I most likely would react in a way that would either, one, get me fired, or two, worse, be socially pressured by other cops to turn in my badge. Because, me, my, distinct hate for prejudice and racism because of the house the house I was raised in and the way I was raised. Like, prejudice against race, someone's race, their religious, their choice of religion, any of those personal beliefs, or not just personal beliefs, but also something like race, which is something you're just born with, anything like that, people that show distinct prejudice and hatred towards, I don't have a lot of patience for. And that's just because of the house I was raised in, the kind of father I had, the kind of mother I had. So, if I was in a situation where I get a job and I find out that pretty much all my fellow employees are prejudiced or racist against a specific group, and they kind of peer pressure me, what's your opinion on this? And I'm like the only guy in the room that, disagrees with everyone and doesn't feel the same way they do. That's when you face you're either with us or against us, and if you're against us, we're gonna make it to where you want to be out of here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sadly, the whole reason I no longer wanted to be a police officer.
Yeah.
Because the Guard and the Army, sure, you're gonna have people like that, but the Army, if there's one thing I've learned in the 5 months I was at basic training, is that it's definitely harder to hide and get away with things like prejudice and racism in the Army.
Yeah.
Because Uncle Sam tends to be a lot more, to have a lot more of a tighter grip on people acting that way. And that's one of the things I do like about the Army, is the distinct lack, the safety of knowing that I have officers or NCOs that I could go to, once I'm back in. If I have these situations where I feel socially pressured by my fellow peers to like think negatively about a certain race or culture, or religion, and tell them, hey, my peers are acting this way and it's not healthy, it's not good, and it disobeys the soldier's creed and what it means to be a soldier. And that NCO or officer I go to and I tell them about, they're like, all right, we're gonna help you, and we're gonna make sure that these people that feel this way have to answer for it in court. I feel like something like that could be achieved a little bit more in the Army than, say, if I was an officer in a department downtown.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna pause the podcast. Come here, watch this.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Anyway, now that you've been updated on
Now that you then.
what?
You said now that you then.
Now that you've been updated on.
No, yeah, it's insane. And in that video, I mean, okay, granted, alright, it shows a little bit
I'm
before.
so sorry. I just bitch smacked my mic.
It shows a little bit before that he did seem to be resisting arrest, like, squirming and wiggling around. But at the same time, you've got him on the ground.
Look. I've seen resisting. They can handle that so much easier.
But I want to point out the fact that they had, even if he was resisting more than the camera showed, because the camera angle didn't necessarily show them, it just showed the commotion going on the other side of the cop car. But still, in the moment, you had him on the ground. He was handcuffed, and he was no longer resisting. So why was the knee required?
See, I feel like...
Also, like, as far as just, like, maybe it's just, I don't know what it is, but, like, me mentally, I'm like, applying this to the throat when you're trying to subdue someone in the moment kind of makes sense. But once they have been subdued, they are no longer resisting, and they're just
literally crying out for help that they can't breathe.
Maybe that's when you need to take the knee.
See, I'm not going to lie. I think part of me thinks that there was something fishy about this whole thing.
Yeah, because also...
Because he sat there for way longer than he needed to. Like, because on the other side of the cop car, there was 3 other cops.
Yeah.
They could have easily gotten him in that
Once
car.
they had him successfully subdued, why didn't they instantly try to pick him back up, all 3 officers on him, and get him into the car?
Worst case, they tased him.
Oh, that's also... Well, to be fair... Okay. To be fair, tasers...
That's what I'm saying, worst case.
Yeah, worst case. But even then, I don't think, like, the taser was required. Because I can get that the risk that comes with tasing.
Yeah,
like,
but
at the same time, it wasn't needed. It wasn't even needed.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he did try something, taser. But they literally, even when he was, quote unquote, looked like he was resisting, it looked like he was just mouthing off. There was no physical resistance going on.
Yeah, that also did seem... Now, but again, like, what I'm really curious is, like, how much of an exact struggle did he put up when the camera angle on the street wasn't showing the actual struggle? Because you know the moment I'm talking about, right? Where it's just like commotion going on the other side of the cop car. The street camera doesn't capture it, but you just see commotion. I'm curious as to how significant that was, and if it required them to take him to the ground, handcuff him, and apply the knee to the throat.
He was already handcuffed.
Yeah, like
before he got to the cop car.
No, yeah, you're right, because I put it on him as whenever he was within range of the camera, which just furthermore proves the point. Why? Why was it necessary? I mean, you're not wrong. There very could well be something there, because also they seem to be using a lot of force to answer to a situation about what, a forged check?
Yeah.
A forged check, an allegation of a forged check, because was it? I want to know, was it even confirmed that the check was forged?
I mean, I've seen things saying that, like, it turned out it wasn't fake.
Because to be that, forceful and to go through all that over an allegation that turned out to be false, it's just digging the ditch for these officers even more. Like, it's even harder for them to argue their case.
Yeah,
It's very, very minuscule for you to be able to say that any of that was 100% necessary. He was handcuffed. He was on the ground. Literally, I could even remotely argue in their case that in the moment of trying to subdue him and get him to the ground, maybe then you could apply the knee with pressure to the throat just to get him onto the ground if he's really putting up that much of a fight. But even then, like, to keep it on him, to keep the knee on him, as he's saying, I can't breathe. I cannot breathe. I am no longer resisting, but I can't breathe.
For 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Are you serious? Are you serious? He had his knee on his throat for 8 minutes and 43 seconds?
Hold on, I'm reading. For about 2 minutes.
Oh.
No. This was after he passed out.
Oh.
For another 2 minutes. As people were like, yo, he's like down. He's out. Apparently they had worked together. Way back when in a nightclub or whatever.
That officer?
I mean, it could not be true, but
If
the New York Times, one was a veteran of Minneapolis Police Department who was moonlighted as security guard. The other provided security at a Salvation Army store and spent some of his evenings at local clubs working as a bouncer. In the year before their fatal encounter, George Floyd, 46, and the officer now charged with his death, Derek, whatever the fuck his last name is, 44, worked at the same Minneapolis Latin nightclub, both part of the team responsible for keeping rowdy customers under control.
If that's true, there's no fucking way there isn't something behind this.
Oh yeah, no. He definitely
No
some
way.
form of fashion that he had to have it out for him.
There had to have been something there. That's my inner forensic mind is like, that there is no way that the coincidence there could be that uncanny.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying from the beginning. I was like, there had to be something. Like, this guy had to have, like, had something for this guy.
Especially now that we know they worked at the same damn nightclub. Oh my gosh. This might be like too theatrical, and I'm probably like this is probably something like I watch too much crime movies, and that's why I'm saying this. But do you think there was some like people of illegal business at that nightclub, and one of them, in that cop, owed one of those business owners a favor?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I was. That there was a hit. Like I told Brady,
I need you to make him disappear.
Yeah, when I saw the video, I looked at Brady. I was like, there was definitely some sort of like hit or something put on this guy.
And they just did a sloppy ass job of making it look like, oh no, he was charged of a crime, but he was killed in the process because he was resisting. What the fuck?
And then it had a Joker ending.
I mean,
This is
shit. Yeah, you're not wrong. We do live in a society. Oh my god.
Mr. Floyd did not voluntarily get in the car and struggled with the officer, intentionally falling down, saying he was not getting in the car and refusing to stand still, according to the charging documents, which is...
Okay.
But that was the dude who did it.
Yeah. So, if... Okay. Maybe this is just because I had a father that worked in riot control in Bosnia, okay? I feel like the appropriate answer to them being uncooperative and saying, I'm not getting in the car and laying on the ground is to simply slap the handcuffs, look to your teammates, and be like, we have more physical power than him. We can make him get in this car without hurting him. Is it going to be uncomfortable how we get him in this car? Maybe, because he's going to be picked up by like 2 or 3 big burly men and pushed into the car. But if he's causing civil unrest, then the cops are going to have to do that. But the correct answer is not, you're going to get in that car or I'm going to crush your windpipe. No! Like, that's so wrong on so many levels.
Jesus Christ.
Gosh, this is insane. I guess this just proves that
Yeah, no.
no virus is gonna stop civil unrest. That's just the nature of America.
Yeah, no. Reading accounts, apparently he was like, before he even got on the ground, he was talking about not being able to breathe. Like, according to the people recording it around.
Oh my god.
So, I assume he had some sort of, like, claustrophobia, some shit like that going on. And that's why he didn't want to get in the car. So, before he even hit the ground, apparently he wouldn't be able to breathe. And, like, he was in the car. They took him out of the car. According to somebody else's. And then another officer who was helping hold them down behind the car was like, should we roll him over on his side or something? And the dude who crushed his neck was like, nah, that's something. We got him on his stomach. We got him.
So even the other cops are like, dude.
So, yeah, they were just like,
Which also makes me think about the fact that even the other cops were questioning if this was the appropriate amount of force, but that specific officer told them no.
well,
And then between that and
I think it was like 4 were fired. And he's getting actually, like, prosecuted and, like, judged and all that shit.
yeah, but still, I'm just trying to go back to what we were drawing earlier. All right, they used to work together, right? And then we find out that the guy that they used to work with was the one that said no, continue applying the force. What?
And now, I assume he was having some sort of, like, actual claustrophobia moment.
Right.
Which
Like,
is,
maybe, like, he's just panicking, and, like, he's like, I can't, because, like, I've seen that before. People that just sit there in a super stressful situation.
yeah, no, Bree does that. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go give her a hug, and she'll, like, off, I can't breathe.
No,
I'm like,
yeah.
You good? I'm like, yeah, because, like, she can't take the hot confinement.
Yeah.
So, and, like, she can't breathe, so, like, the second he's like, I can't breathe, he doesn't want to get shoved into a tight confined space, so he's going to start freaking out.
Alright. Oh my gosh. So, completely, what, just, okay, so as a case of dark humor, did you see, I don't even think Sebastian posted this in the group chat, knowing what was going on. I think he's talking about D&D, because he posted this in the D&D group chat, but he posted that just as we're talking about this.
Which one? I see it. Hold on. I can't see it because my computer won't let me open it.
But no, yeah, it's It's crazy. It really is. I'm not gonna lie. If he gets off this with like not a single charge,
Oh no, he's already got him.
oh,
He's already going down for it.
okay. We'll see. Well,
And I mean, look at what's going on. If he didn't,
no, yeah. What I was getting at is you said that he was currently being prosecuted. If the prosecution's currently going on, the charges can be dropped if the court finds him innocent.
if that happens,
That's what I'm talking about.
it's
If that
probably going to
happens-
also get. They already burned down a police station.
Yeah. So if
They've burned down police stations. They've ransacked entire stores. Like I think it's what was it, Minneapolis or something like that. That it's in ruins right now.
yeah,
Have you not seen it?
yeah, I've seen it. It's real quick. Pull up if he's been already found guilty or if the charges are still like if he's still being prosecuted. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna lie. When we started this podcast, I was slowly debating. You know, maybe we should talk about.
Yeah, look at
like-
this.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Holy crap! That's. Yeah, no. Okay, all right, real quick. I want you to pull up. I want to know if he's.
Hold on. Let me get back. I gotta find the guy's name.
Chavon.
Oh, where'd it go?
Yeah, Mr. Chavon. So, Officer Chavon.
Chavon. I don't know how to fucking say his name.
Chavon. I'd say that's Chavon. You say Chan the Vun. Oh no, Chavin. Officer Chavon. Ex-prosecutor complaint against Minnesota cop in Georgia case drop. Hold on. Okay, let's see if Worthy's drop. Complaint against Minnesota cop in Georgia. Important clues. Okay, so.
It's still happening.
Okay, it's still going on. All right, I was about to say.
Is it the guy who was supposed to be on his side? Probably dropped. 'Cause I wouldn't want to be on that fucking guy's side.
Well, who? Okay, that's saying that. Go back up to the title of this, because this is talking about the ex-prosecutor. The guy that would be on his side is the defendant.
Yeah, I didn't see.
Not the defendant. What that?
I don't know.
I think the defendant is the person. Yeah, the defendant is the person that's being prosecuted, and the prosecutor. I don't know if there's a name for the defendant's lawyer. If there's a term for the defendant's lawyer. Because I've always. Because last time I checked, my knowledge of law may be spotty, but I always thought that it was. Prosecutors are like the name of the.
Apparently, he wasn't. The complaint states that the autopsy revealed that there was no physical findings to support the diagnosis of traumatic asphyxia.
Asphyxiation.
No, it says asphyxia.
Oh, asphyxia?
Or strangulation. So that didn't kill him.
What? Hold on. They're saying that the autopsy report is showing that the knee lodged in his throat did not cause.
The death.
But what was the coroner's report for cause of death?
They're still waiting for the full report.
So many people in everyone's pockets. It's all a conspiracy!
That's what I'm saying.
Who's paid to alter that? Who was paid to alter that? There's no way.
Family of George Floyd seeks independent autopsy.
And I hope they get it. I almost want to know then, what reason could have caused it that wasn't that? It is revealed that a toothpick was actually lodged in his throat. And
What do you want? I can breathe.
How long y'all gotta hold him down?
Why you don't do drugs, kids? It ain't about drugs, bro. You know
What?
You can't look at me like a man.
Just a bystander walking by.
He's not even resisting arrest right now, bro.
His nose is bleeding.
You stopping his breathing right now, bro. You think that's cool?
You guys are on.
You call what you do. You call what you doing okay, bro.
Yes,
Bro,
I am from Minneapolis.
bro, you call. You think that's okay? Check his pulse.
The fact that you guys are checking his pulse and doing compressions if he needs that, you guys are on
Oh
another
my
level.
god.
Yeah.
okay, hold on though. I just realized something. If this actually is what we were theorizing earlier, and this is like a personal case, it's actually not about race. If it was actually what we were speculating earlier, that someone that they know within that place put a hit on him and had the officer do it, it's not race, but it is something just as bad, organized crime.
I mean, yeah. And then again,
Oh no, it wasn't the racist. Worse, it was the mafia.
and like, I don't know. Maybe it was set up like this just because like they know that like somebody knew that just one little push is all that it would take to just watch everything crumble.
This is what we'll do. All right, we got a black guy that we need to put a hit on. All right, we got a white cop that owes us an IOU. You think what I'm thinking, Jimmy? That's what the criminals were saying. Like the mob bosses that are speculating.
Jesus Christ.
But no, like, okay. So, but granted, I am gonna say that theory, I don't, as big as the coincidence is, I highly doubt that was the case. Granted, I still find it extremely suspicious.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as like they just hit prey on him, but
Yeah,
I do think there's some.
No, there
bad
definitely was
blood.
something personally. I feel like definitely something personal was there. The mob part, the fact that it was a hit, is just our wild speculation. But still, where are we on time? We've been talking about
48 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever we started this podcast, because
I wasn't ready for this. It's just I saw
I wasn't ready for it either.
That's all my feed was riot,
Riot,
and these
riot.
are all different places. And then all of a sudden it was
it's like the
the
3
protest
days-
here, and I'm like,
It's like that 3 Days Grace song. Let's start a riot, a riot.
yo, can we like get really big speakers and run through?
Oh my god!
Yo, what?
But no, when we started this podcast, you always make the jokes like, talk about your personal life, Justin. Like, I want to know, like, what's going on with you as a person. Like, I want to have, like, you always make the therapy jokes. And I was really debating when we started this podcast, I was debating just for a second. You know, maybe I'll talk about some really personal things on the podcast today. Like, maybe, I'll appease you and actually confined in the podcast and, like, say some really personal things. But we just spiraled into this vortex of civil unrest.
I mean, it's what's going on in the world right now.
If the virus doesn't kill us, we kill each other.
Yeah. Well, no, that was funny. It was like
If the virus was a personified person with an agenda right now, they would be confused as fuck. Because they'd be like, what's going on? I thought I was the big threat. Why are they killing? I want to kill you. Why are you killing each other? This is not part of my plan.
On a second, better, less sad note, second round of stimulus checks to be paper or direct deposit again.
Oh, they're doing another stimulus check?
Apparently.
How old is that post?
8 minutes ago.
Oh.
Well, it's been up for discussion
Yeah.
for a little bit now.
What's funny is we just got in the mail a letter. I just got a letter in the mail earlier this week. And guess what it was?
What?
I got a letter in the mail earlier this week.
Yeah.
And it was from the government saying, "Hey, you should expect a stimulus check here soon." It was talking about the stimulus check I got like a month ago. Because the actual letter itself was like 2 months old. I got the actual check before I got the letter telling me about the check. You get over there, Battle?
Yeah.
You're in a hypnotic state.
It's nothing but fucking...
And I know you're really, you're the one that has some beans in this fight. That's a saying. I'm sure that's a saying.
Beans in the fight?
Yeah! I'm sure we're in Kentucky. That's gotta be a thing.
Like the anthrax?
But, no, yeah. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. On the bright side, I want to talk about some bright stuff because I was really happy today. I'm not gonna lie. Cause like tomorrow, so many good things
Your
happen.
mom's online.
So many good things happen for me tomorrow. I go back on my old work schedule, which means I don't work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I work from 4 p.m. to midnight. The gym's reopen, so I can go back on my workout routine.
Unless they all get burned down.
Yeah! Please, I'm begging you. I understand that you want to express your anger and rage for the unjust, terrible things. But just let me work out! I just want to go back to the army. Please just let me work out. You can burn it down the second I'm gone. I promise. Just let me work out. But no, yeah. So I start my workout regime tomorrow. I go back on my old work schedule. I go back on my diet. D&D was really fun today, so I was happy about that. Yeah, no, it's been a pretty fun day for me today, and a lot of good things happen for me tomorrow. So I've been really chipper lately, but then we just went on that spot. Oh no, you're looking at me like you found something.
Remember, Americans. A well-placed riot bard can buff the entire crowd. They're as necessary as street medics.
Hold on!
And it's a picture of a dude with a saxophone playing in the middle of the riot. Oh, shit.
Where's my mass inspiration?
I mean, yeah. Just because one's bad doesn't mean they're all bad.
But that was already proven by the sheriff who said this is fucked up. That point was already kind of hammered in when even other cops were like...
But no one wants to listen.
No one does. No one does. No.
Well, you got other cops who literally saying stuff like being willing to go on the air. Because whenever you're willing to put your opinion out there on any kind of media, you're taking a big shot because you're putting it in stone. People can always refer back to this and say, look, according to the public, you put this out there for everyone to see. This is your opinion. So,
Mike.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. Talk to Mike.
So yeah, like whatever for a cop to be willing to give his opinion on something like that on air, just shows how much they truly feel that. Especially with the fact that you said yourself he took off his you said he took off his kit,
Yeah, they all laid down their batons and shit.
their pistols.
Yeah, everything.
It was it more than just him? Like, was it
It was
his
the-
deputies?
It was the entire police force.
The whole police department?
That's according to the video and what he was saying.
That's awesome. Like, that's just okay. That's the proof. That's the proof that like this is not not for people to let one bad apple ruin the bunch.
But it's just that select group of people that are going to be like, let's take this beer bottle, this rag, and all this fire and yeet it at a building.
Yeah. I have always been very vocal with my hate for extremists. I have an extreme hate
Or
for
on the other
extremists.
side, hey, let's take this stick that we got right here in our hands, given to us by the government, and beat the shit out of that guy with the sign.
What's that? You want to protest in peace? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over CS gas. That's a lot of shit talking from someone within 5.56 range, civilian. Those are the cops that are a danger.
Jesus. I think that just about does it for me. That's enough.
I want more.
This whole riot's
one
broke
more.
my head.
Cops. I got one more thing. Just a mental image I want people to imagine. Just cops that the appropriate answer to a piece of paper that displays someone's frustration towards a issue. Any cop that believes the appropriate answer to that is a silicone or metal baton and a shield of plexiglass thick enough to stop 7.62 rounds rammed into their face at breakneck speeds.
There was a video that I was watching that kind of got me like, damn! They were rioting and they had the fences set up and the cop car wanted to get through. Two of them went around the fence and through the protesters. They didn't hit the protesters. Obviously, the protesters were hitting the car, but they were just like, the cops were still going. This cop car, going at least 20 miles an hour, smacks this fence, pushing like a whole group of protesters. I'm like, God damn!
Like, okay, the only time, like, the officers that use force to disperse the protesters that turn into riots are the only ones I believe that are justified to use the force. The protesters that turn into riots, those are the cops that like, have at it, boys. They went from being peaceful to being violent. Yes, they do need to be stopped.
But the thing about that
But
the thing about that is, the second that they start rioting, the cops are automatically seeing the bad guy for fighting back.
Yeah, that's
There's no winning for these cops.
yeah, it's not. And then, because like, we're lucky that Paducah is the kind of community it is, because you saw in that WPSD video, the cops were at a distance just watching them to make sure things didn't get too unruly, and everybody
there were police cars escorting the whole thing.
Yeah, like, it's a civil, calm protest against an issue. Yet, as you can clearly see, not every community is like that, and we've got protesters that think it's okay to use terrorist tactics. I don't think people understand. To use violent acts to invoke terror against a group that you do not agree with is considered terrorism. Domestic terrorism in this case.
What's funny about this? About a year from now, everybody who's a part of this, nothing.
Yeah.
It's all going to be died down.
Yep.
Nothing's going to change. But these people still have the memory of, yeah, I went out there, flipped a cop car, burnt some shit down, beat the shit off a couple cops.
Then there's going to be those cops like, yeah, I remember I just shoved my baton down a guy's throat.
Unleash an entire mag of rubbers on them.
The only rubber I'm ripping tonight is in your ass, boy. And it's not the kind you're wanting.
Alright, I'm going to call it quits on that one, bud.
All right, folks. I
I'm sure we've probably pissed off like somebody listening to this with our opinions, but
I don't care.
we
We don't have enough of a fan base for
Yeah, yep. Though that one person out of our 5,
And if we ever do,
go fuck yourself.
I mean,
I'm kidding. You can disrespect. You can not agree with us, and I totally understand. But JK, go fuck yourself.
but JK, go fuck yourself.
Kidding. I'm just kidding.
Have your opinion. We have ours. Just don't hate us for it.
Yeah. And you can hate us, just in private or healthfully over.
Don't force your opinion on us, and we won't give a shit
All
about you.
right. This is running long enough. They know what we're on about.
JK, fuck
Y'all have
you.
a good one.